some of the solutions of dealing with this imbalance of power between IXPs in the global north and the global south?
Yeah, this is an important question. I would say that at this point, IXPs are in the blind spot of policy, so I want people like you and CPA students be more and more interested in this kind of topic, because in the underlying layers of the internet, we have a lot of policy actions going on. But because these are done by private actors, not necessarily we consider this policy, but these have policy consequences, for example, in terms of not only the price of the internet, but also that end users pay at home, but also in terms of privacy and other situations. So just to give an example, when networks in Brazil decide to interconnect in other countries like Germany, because the German government has laws that allow them to do surveillance, including in IXPs, this is a controversial issue, but they in fact did that. What happens with people like me, who is from Brazil, has a Marco Civil protecting my privacy, what happens is that even if I have a protection by law in my country, because my data is going through places, through infrastructure based in other countries, the law of that country will kind of regulate what to do with my data. So this is the kind of legal consequence, but I would say policy consequence of these IXPs, these imbalances of power, because these IXPs in the north become giant IXPs, according to how I call them, really because we don't have content like some big companies who are not basing their content in some IXPs in the south. So it kind of, networks want to optimize their profit. So they just say, well, I can interconnect whatever I want, because on the internet I can, the most important is to be interconnected no matter where. The problem is that there are these consequences on the terms of regulation that they are not necessarily thinking of, because they are concerned with their own business. So the more policy people come to this debate, the better, because in fact at this point this is a common thing. Like people consider that as free flow of information, networks interconnecting whatever they want. But I'd like to make the case that it's more than that, that we should think in terms of inequality, imbalance of power, and that the more discussions on the side of policy we have, maybe we can find solutions for the future.